So, King-Ohger episode 8. I just got done watching it and I had a lot of fun with this episode. Now, the same time as this episode dropped, Toei also put on their YouTube channel the Racules spin-off thingy-majig. I haven't watched it yet as of the time of recording this video because I don't think it's subbed when I was watching the King-Ohger episode. So I'll probably drop my review and thoughts on that and talk about that later. So I don't know exactly what the contents is for that episode or for that special or that miniseries or whatever it's meant to be. So I haven't seen it yet. So if I don't know the full context of Racules being the Silver Ranger, then I do apologize. But overall, I thought this was quite a pretty solid episode. I mean, it was the duel between Gira and Racules, and I gotta say, the fight was phenomenal. There was some really good fight choreography in this episode between the two characters, really good stunt work, and I enjoyed the little plot and the plan of the other Rangers to sort of fake Gira's death, because no one looks for a dead man, which is something they're still going with, because the next episode is called Gira on the Run, so Gira is going to be faking his death, and no one's going to be looking for him apparently. But this episode also saw the debut of God Hopper, which had a kind of interesting debut where it fell from the sky and just crushed the Monster of the Week, which that Monster of the Week, I've never seen a Monster of the Week get freaking beat so hard in the episode. I mean, it shows up at the start and then it shows up near the end, and then it gets poisoned by Racules, which was such a swerve for it to happen. But you do feel sorry for Gira, because whenever he has a moment to redeem himself and make him look like a good person, the cameras are always on him and it's always spinning the story by Hat Guy that Gira is the enemy and he's helping the Bugnarok, which was kind of a weird, unfortunate situation that it looked like he was cradling the dead body of a Bugnarok to make it seem like he was their ally, so that was just unfortunate timing. But I did get a laugh out of their plan to do the switcheroo with the aesthetic and the poison, and Dabowski's like, oh, which one's different? And Himino goes, did you label him? And he's like, yeah, I did, wink wink. And then he's just doing this nervous smile at the end, and then he dips, and I believe he goes into like the throne room to look at the big poster on the wall with all the carvings. I believe that's what he was looking at. But you think he's on the hero's side, but you think he's on the bad guy's side. I think he plays into whatever character he can to sort of get the advantage, but he does usually look like I believe the character, like the character bio did say, he looks out mostly for himself to protect his kingdom, if something like that. But he switches roles so much. It's like, can we trust this guy or not? Like, we're like 8 episodes into the show. Can we trust Dabowski? Because Dabowski keeps switching sides whenever we see him. Like, he seems like an honestly cool bloke, but he has that sort of menacing vibe to him because he's always smirking, so he's got something planned. But he's also a big goofball. But yeah, I did like how the others were trying to sort of solve like the mystery of what's going on and have their plan to save Gira within the duel. Now, in this episode, you also had Rita questioning Gira to figure out what the heck is going on with Gira's past that we don't even know about, saying if Gira was kidnapped or Racules did plan it, then that could delay the duel. That's what my sub said, but that's what the reader was saying if we kind of can figure out why you were kidnapped, or we have some answers about why you went missing, or if you can remember any of that, we can sort of put this duel to a hold and maybe put Racules on trial. But Racules is questioned by Gira during the fight, saying, hey, why did you kidnap me? Did you do it so that way you can sort of get me out of the way to get your spot on the front? Which was kind of obvious. Like, that's probably why he did it. Now, why he had that motivation to do it, like Gira said, probably to get his spot on the throne. But I'm hoping we get the dive into Racules' motivation of why he's such a douchebag and why he is the way he is. Because a lot of people are speculating that he's got like a bug worm in his brain, like he's working with the Bugnarok. Because whenever the Bugnarok talk, they don't call Gira the Red Ranger. They call him by name. They call him by first name. They call him Gira. That's how they refer to him. It's not the Red Ranger this, the Red Ranger that. It's Gira, like they know him by first name. So something has to be up with that, with why they know his first name. He is well known. He has declared himself a few times as the evil king, but it's interesting that the bad guys call him by first name. Now, Racules, like I said, I haven't watched the special, so I have no idea what his origins is with the Silver Ranger suit, but I gotta say, it looks pretty cool. Like, a lot of people say it's more grey than silver, and yeah, it is, but it does have that shine to it, and seeing it in motion, it looks pretty freaking sweet with all the lighting and stuff like that. Like, they add the shine and the flare to it. So, even though it's like a silver spray paint job of the Red Ranger suit, it still looks pretty sweet, and Racules had moves in that outfit, I would say that. Like, he was jumping all over the place, slicing. Like I said, it was a really cool fight scene in this episode. Now, moving forward, I am curious to find out what the next story arc is going to be for King-Ohger moving forward. I mean, Racules thinks that Gira is dead, and like I said in the review and what they said in the episode, no one's going to be looking for a dead man. No one's going to be chasing after a dead man. So, it looks like next week we're just going to be bouncing across from kingdom to kingdom and meeting all the different characters from there, like the attendants and stuff like that. Looks like a wacky fun episode, but I am curious to see. I understand what the narrative of the show is. Like, Racules is a bad dude and they got to figure out what the heck is the Wrath of the Gods and what the Bugnarok are doing and stuff like that. It's very serialized, but then there's some episodic natures to the show. But it seems very grounded with this ongoing story arc. Next week seems more of a wacky, silly episode. We'll have to wait and see. But seeing how Gira is supposed to be dead, I wonder what's going to happen with the show moving forward with his characters. No doubt about it, Gira is going to fake his death for a little bit longer, and then he's going to confront Racules again and have a rematch and probably beat him. No doubt about it. I get the feeling within like the next 4 episodes we'll meet our 6th Ranger, our proper 6th Ranger. So that should be cool. But I am curious to see what the plot's going to be moving forward. Like, King-Ohger is such an interesting bag. Like, I don't hate it. I like it. I really enjoy it. But I'm trying to figure out what the heck this show is trying to do with its like large kingdoms and its different areas and stuff like that as we jump from place to place. I understand the main narrative we're trying to tell with sort of like the brotherly rivalry going on, but moving forward I am curious to see where the show is going to go from here with all these gods showing up and Gira is supposed to be in hiding, so we'll see what happens. But what did you guys think of King-Ohger episode 8? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Tell me in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. With that said, I think I'm going to bring this video to a close. So if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out, take care. Next video that will be dropping will probably be the Racules special if someone subbed it by then. If not, keep an eye out because I'll definitely want to talk about it if it's going to be the Racules backstory that I am very curious about. So if you've seen it, don't spoil it, please. I want to see it for myself and give my opinions on it. So with that said, I'm out of here. Have a wonderful day or night, and I'll see you guys later.